start my day off with some raw fruit. I've got blueberries, I've got a little peach, half a banana, strawberries, kiwi. Contemplating putting an apple in here for crunch, but I think I have enough. And I have 2 tablespoons of the flaxseed meal with 6 tablespoons of the cashew milk. And I'm going to stir that up. Oh, and I've got some cinnamon here, and I'm going to stir that up so it'll thicken up a bit. And then I'm just going to pour it in here and eat that in my cereal this morning. I thought I would make a raw stir fry, so to speak. These are the veggies I'm putting in: carrot, mushrooms, green onions, cabbage, peppers, a little ginger, a little garlic. I'm going to mince that up, the ginger and garlic, put in the dressing that I'm putting 1.5 teaspoons of sesame oil, 1 teaspoon of Dijon mustard, and 1 teaspoon of sugar-free syrup together. And that's all going to get mixed up in this dressing, which is going to go over the chopped veggies. I'm also using the power greens instead of zucchini because I didn't have any. So this is what it looks like all chopped up. Isn't that pretty? So after mixing that up, I'm going to add in my dressing, and I'm just going to let that marinate for a bit. It smells so good. Okay, so I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of the sunflower kernels, 1 tablespoon of raisins, and so I'll let that marinate together, and that's just going to be a nice little addition. All right, so I was in line at Whole Foods, and this is what I looked at, but this is what I actually bought and ate. There's a few of these. I'm sorry this video is so late. This one should have been out for yesterday's video, and then I'm going to be putting out another one in the morning for today's. So it's going to be kind of like, it's going to look like I put out 2. But anyway, I just wanted to explain a little bit of what happened to me in case it helps anybody else. Yesterday, I opened up a watermelon, and it was so sweet. I ate like a huge amount of watermelon, and I knew I was going to be having a really nice dinner after that, and I still gave in to eating all that watermelon before. Now, if you're going to have like just one little piece of watermelon that goes like on the side of a plate, probably doesn't really matter too much, doesn't really bother you, but watermelon is something that you should have alone. It's the quickest digesting fruit that you can get is a melon, and so it should be eaten by itself if you're going to eat a large amount of it. And so what happens is if you have it with like regular food, what happens is that fast digesting fruit gets held up and begins to ferment along with the other slow digesting foods that you have, and so it might cause a great deal of gas and pain, and that's what happened to me yesterday. So although my watermelon was good and my dinner was good, together it was not a good combo. It just, food combining principles really help to make things operate a lot easier. There's even some fruits that you shouldn't eat with other fruits because you have acid fruits, subacid fruits, starchy fruits, sweet fruits, and some of them just aren't supposed to go together. Technically, you're not supposed to be eating bananas and strawberries together, and those are 2 things that often get put together. So that might explain a little gas, you know what I mean, if that's what happens. But in any case, when I was a kid, my parents used to tell us, don't eat watermelon and ice cream together because it makes poison. And so we didn't know as kids what that really meant, but now I know what that meant. What they meant was that it's bad food combining, and maybe somebody in my family had a bad experience combining those 2 things together, because at parties we would often have cake, ice cream, and watermelon. So somebody probably overdid it one day, and they said, after that it makes poison, but it's just bad food combining, that's all. What happens is my stomach gets like swollen like a basketball. It's extremely painful, and it feels like you have had the Mentos and Diet Coke in your tummy. So you just got to be careful with that. But anyway, I don't know if that helps anybody else. If you want to know what things digest better together and what affect that, because food combining could also have an effect on your metabolism as well. And I was reading a book by Jorge Cruz, who is a very well-known trainer among the stars and, all kinds of other people, and helps get them on the track where their body digests and sheds weight quickly. And one of the things he was saying in one of the books that I read by him was that food combining, if you're going to separating your fats from your carbs, always helps to jumpstart your metabolism. So then you would have carbs and veggies, but no fats. But and you can have fats and veggies, but you just can't have the carbs and the fats together, right? So and that is also, incidentally, the principle behind summer sizing and why that works so well. And that worked really well for me, as well as our eldest son, Calvin, when he was younger, and we were both following that. It worked really well. I tried it for a little while while I was doing Weight Watchers, and then decided not to. I think I just got tired of separating my things all the time, and but it really does work well. But anyway, just wanted to touch base with you in case that helped anybody. You want to look up more about food combining. I'll try to find a helpful link to put in the description bar in case you want to read a little bit more about making your digestion go a little quicker and easier by just remembering some principles. Incidentally, another fruit that is out right now you might want to watch out for, besides watermelon, actually, you should always eat cherries by themselves. If you're going to eat large amounts of cherries, that's another one that'll give you a really bad stomachache if you combine it with anything else. And I think maybe just because it has a high acid or something, I'm not sure. It's actually a sweet fruit. But cherries is another one that I think will give you a stomachache if you eat a lot of that and then you eat regular food. So, all right, that being said, I love you guys. Thanks for hanging in there, and I will see you tomorrow.